Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I can create this abstract shader in Blender, so let's get started. As always, I'm going to use this HDRI here. You can find a link to it in the description. Now hit Shift A and add a plane, scale it by 20, and also hit Shift A and add a Cezanne. Now select the plane again and press Ctrl A, scale. Select Cezanne and press Ctrl 3. Go to the modifiers and set the render to 3. Now right click and shade smooth. Going to side view by pressing 3 on the numpad and move it up. Now rotate it like this and let's move it down again. Now save. Go to the shading tab and go to rendered view. I'm going to use EUV for this. Make sure that ambient occlusion, bloom and screen space reflections are enabled. Let's also go to color management and set the look to very high contrast. Now click on new and set the roughness to 0. Hit Shift A and add a color ramp. Plug the color into the base color and bring the black into somewhere around here. Now add a mix RGB. Put it here and plug the color into the factor. Add a gradient texture. Set it to spherical. And let's plug the color into color 2. If you have the node wrangler add-on installed, select the gradient texture and press Ctrl T. The node wrangler add-on comes with Blender by default. Now connect the object to the vector here. Add a wave texture. And plug the color into the factor and into color 1. Duplicate the gradient texture and let's bring the texture coordinate and the mapping over here. And plug the vector into the vector here and the color into the distortion. By the way, let's also go here and select the plane and shift select Cezanne and press Ctrl L, link materials. Add a math node. And let's set it to power. Set the exponent to 0 and take the vector here and plug it into the vector here. Let's go here and open the timeline and keyframe the exponent on frame 1. Go to frame 125 and set the exponent to -38. Keyframe it again and go to frame 251 and set it back to 0 and keyframe it. Now if we press play, we've got this animation here. Let's save again and go to the output properties and create a new folder. So as you can see, I called mine rendered images. Now I'm going to paste the name in here and put an underscore after the name, because then Blender is going to automatically assign numbers to the frames. Now click on accept and let's set the file format to JPEG. And let's also set the quality to 100%. And of course, before we can render it, we need to set up the camera. So back in layout mode, go to rendered view and hit Shift A and add a camera. Ctrl Alt 0 to go into camera view. And I think I'm going to position my view around here. Press Ctrl Alt 0 again. And press G, Z to move it in the local Z axis. Hit Shift A and add an empty plane axis and go to snapping and set it to face. Now if we press G and Control, it's going to snap to the faces. I'm going to put it somewhere around here and set this back to increment. Select the camera and go to the object data properties. Enable depth of field and select the empty. I'm going to set the blades to 16 and the f-stop to 0.5. Now let's save again and go to render animation. Once it's done rendering, close this window and go to video editing and make sure you're on frame 1. Hover over the file location and press Ctrl C. Now go here and set it to FFmpeg video. And set the encoding container to MPEG 4. Set the output quality to high quality. Now go here and hit Shift A, image sequence, and let's paste in the location minus the name and hit enter. Press A and enter. Save again and go to render animation. As always, you can get the file in Gumload for $1 through the link in the description. So that's it with the tutorial. I hope you liked it. Please let me know what I should do next, and I'll see you next time.